Abby's pregnant again? Can you even believe that? I feel so defeated now because of that. Whose kid is she pregnant with right now anyway, right? She was supposed to be carrying my kid after all, Kanani.
Abby? Wait, are you talking about your ex-girlfriend, Abby? How can you even come to me talking about how your ex-girlfriend is pregnant? Especially when we are this close to having our wedding.
What? Are you jealous that I'm talking about her or something? Stop being so overdramatic about an ex of mine.
No, this is not me being jealous, Nathan. I just don't find it very appropriate of you to be talking about your ex-girlfriend right now with me, especially about her pregnancy of all things. I really don't want to hear about her at all, okay?
Wow, I was only talking about her because I'm hoping that you'll get pregnant with my baby here soon too. Though honestly, I'm sure that her baby is going to be a lot cuter than yours.
Nathan, are you freaking kidding me? Did you really mean what you just said to me there?
Come on now, Kanani, it was just a joke. But when it comes to Abby, she was known for being the most beautiful girl among all of her friends and family, so you really can't compete with a woman like her now.
Nathan, do you not even realize how rude you're being to me right now saying all of that? We are supposed to be getting married this weekend at our wedding. If you still want for that to happen, stop saying all of those hurtful things to me. I'm already feeling anxious about getting married as it is, and you talking to me about your ex being prettier than me and pregnant is surely not helping.
Why are you getting so upset about this? I'm gonna be marrying you. What more could you ask for from me?
I am asking for you to shut up about her. And didn't Abby cheat on you, and that's why the both of you broke up? I don't know why I'm having to say this right now, but you still wanting to talk about her so much makes me feel that you're hung up on her.
The only reason that ever happened is because that man she was with got her pregnant while she was with me, so she had to leave me. If that had never happened, her and I would still be together with one another right now, and that baby inside her would be mine.
The fact that you are even saying things like that right now to your fiance is so wrong, Nathan. Even if you are meaning for all of that to be some kind of a joke, none of it is funny to me. It's all making me feel more and more uncomfortable, so cut it out, please.
All right, I'll stop. You know, Kanani, you are way too sensitive sometimes, you know that? All I wanted to do was let you know that she's pregnant with another kid, yet you shot the whole conversation about that down. If you really want to become my wife, loosen up a little bit and let me talk about my past lovers, all right?
What? I think I'm going to need to calm down for a little bit. I'll contact you back once my head isn't hurting so much, all right? And just don't do anything stupid before our wedding, please.
Nathan is staying out with me today, so I don't think he's going to be making his way back to your house tonight.
Wait, is this Abby? Since when did you get my phone number and everything?
I just got it from Nathan because I wanted to make sure things were all going okay between you and him.
And wait, what do you mean he's with you right now? I have no clue what's going on right now. Is Nathan really with you right now, Abby?
Yes, he is. As you may already know by now, I am pregnant with a baby, and I am in my last month of this pregnancy. I've been pregnant for a while now, but recently, my husband left on a business trip, and that's left me feeling a little worried about being home all by myself. I was thinking that something serious might happen to me, and I'll have nobody around to help, so that's why I gave Nathan a call and asked him to come here.
I see. So that's why Nathan hasn't really kept in touch with me all day today. You do realize that Nathan is my fiance now, and that we're going to be getting married to one another really soon. And you're the one who is pregnant with your husband's baby, so don't you find it a little inappropriate to be having your ex-boyfriend over? I'm sure if your husband found out about Nathan being there with you, he wouldn't really like that.
Oh, boo-hoo. So this is what Nathan was saying by you being such a boring and dull woman.
Wait, Nathan said that about me?
Nathan also told me that he still prefers a woman of my type. Of course he should still prefer me, right? I'm far more pretty than you are, and know how to have fun time with my men. You, on the other hand, seem to be nothing but boring talk about things that are irrelevant.
And what exactly do you know about me, Abby? I happen to know a lot about you. Like how you dumped Nathan right after he found out you'd been cheating on him and got pregnant with another man. And now, you happen to have that husband of yours who has given you another baby and is probably thinking his wife would never have another man over. By the way, is that your second baby now?
No, it's my first, because I made sure to have that last one aborted.
Shocker. Now, do you really think it's okay to be calling my husband over to help you? How could that possibly be the right thing to do after everything you've done to him and after getting married to another man?
Are you just whining right now because you're jealous or something? How pathetic, Kalani. This is the exact reason why no men are really into you, you know. Anyway, you need to loosen up a little and let your fiance have a little bit of freedom from now on. You wouldn't want to keep him away from the one person that can make him happy, would you?
Fine, you go ahead and keep him there, but tell him this one thing for me. Tell him to take a look at my phone and text me back, please. I have quite a few things I need to talk with him about. So after all that, you never even bothered to respond to me about any of what you were doing, Nathan. Are you sure you still want to marry me after all of that? Today is the day of our freaking wedding, and now I'm not too sure about you. Can you please tell me where you're at right now?
Sorry, Kalani, but I'm not going to be able to make it to the wedding today. Something really urgent came up, so I couldn't help but skip out to go and handle it.
What? What are you going on about, Nathan? What do you even mean you can't make it to your own wedding? We have been preparing for this for months now, and you're just going to blow it off like it's nothing? All of our guests are already gathered here and are ready to see you and I up on that stage.
I don't think that I can make it to the wedding feeling like this, and that's why I'm deciding to respond to you about them right now.
What is going on with you? What feelings are you talking about? And where do you have to be that is more important than our wedding? I could have sworn I saw you come in earlier around the same time as me and head straight to the changing room.
I was there, but I actually just had to leave a little bit ago.
Why did you have to leave? Tell me right now, Nathan, where did you end up running off to?
Just think about it, will you? The answer of where I needed to go is pretty clear if you just think about it. Now, as for that wedding, you tell everyone that I needed to leave for an emergency and that the wedding has to be postponed for a while.
You want me to postpone the wedding now? Are you freaking kidding me? What exactly do you want me to tell the guests this emergency was?
Well, you can't tell them where I really had to go, so just make something up. You could take care of all that, right? What I'm doing right now is what I've always wanted to do, so you, being my bride, have to let this happen for me.
I'm sorry, Nathan, but I'm not going to go around telling all the guests here today some random excuse about why you dipped and are delaying the wedding. Honestly, I'm still a bit confused about what the reason why you left myself. What kind of emergency came up that you had to leave for? Why won't you just tell me, Nathan?
All right, I'll tell you, geez. Abby, my ex-girlfriend, is about to give birth to her baby. And that right there is something I can't miss out on, all right? Our wedding and all that can wait, but me being there to watch her have her baby cannot.
Wait a second. Are you seriously saying that your ex-girlfriend's childbirth is more important than our wedding is? You are insane, Nathan.
You would never be able to understand. My bond with Abby is something I have never been able to have with anyone else in my life. Now, I'm already on my way to the hospital and getting close to it, so you're gonna have to figure out some way to deal with all our guests.
Nathan, if you don't get your butt back here to this wedding right now, it's over.
Shut up already, Kalani. This is my choice, and there's nothing you can say to me about it. If you really want to become my wife, just shut your mouth and let me live out my dream with Abby.
What?
Do you even understand what is going on with her right now? My ex-girlfriend is going into labor, and I have to be there to take care of her as she fights a battle to have her baby. We can resume that wedding when I get back, so you and all the guests just wait for me.
All right, fine. Take your time there with Abby. I'll go and tell all the families and everyone who's here what happened.
Thank you. That is what I'd been asking for from you.
I mean, there's nothing left for me to say to you about this, Nathan. You go ahead and do whatever you want. After all, Abby is more important to you than anyone else, right?
Wow, you really do get it now. That's the way I was wanting you to understand things from the start, Kalani. And as for you letting me do what I want, thank you. That's how our marriage to one another is supposed to go, with you shutting your mouth and letting me do what I want. And if you can't do that for me all the time, I'll leave you and find someone who can do that for their husband.
Okay, say hi to Abby for me while you're there. And don't worry about all of us here at this wedding venue. Not that you were worried about us at all in the first place.
Goodbye. So I went all the way to that hospital to go and be with Abby while she had her baby. But when I got there, I was told by the jerk up front that only family members and relatives were allowed to go in and see her. Can you even believe something like that? I mean, I'm practically a part of her family, aren't I?
Well, technically, Nathan, you're not her family at all. So it makes total sense to me why they wouldn't let you go and see her.
Well, anyway, I'm coming back to the wedding venue now. I'll be there really soon as long as traffic isn't too bad on the way heading north. What's all been going on with you guys? Do you think you can get things started up for me before I come back inside?
I don't think I can, since this wedding's not happening anymore.
Wait, what? What are you talking about, Kalani? Don't tell me that one of the staff wanted the wedding canceled just because I wasn't there for it to start.
Well, actually, everyone here assumed that since you weren't here to marry me, that there was no point to delay the wedding.
Well, tell them all that I'm on my way now and that the wedding can start once I come through those doors. Are all our guests and everything still there waiting on me?
You must be thinking this is all some kind of dream right now, Nathan, because I have no idea what you're talking about. The wedding has been canceled. That's CANCELLED, not postponed. Do you not know how to read or something? Or can you just not tell the difference between those two words specifically?
Huh?
So you really don't get what's happened here, do you? Do you really think there's anyone out there that would want to be married to a man who leaves their own wedding to go and be with their ex who's giving birth? This wedding is canceled, and you and I getting married is all a thing of a past now. And as for all the guests, they've all left.
What? How can you just go and cancel our wedding like that? That was our wedding, not yours. There's no way you should be able to cancel it that easily without my consent as well.
Well, you're the one who ditched me on this wedding and ran off to be with your ex-girlfriend's side.
I was just going to support her.
Why do you keep saying that like it makes it okay for you to run off on our wedding day? Please, don't tell me you still think we can get married to one another after what happened here.
What are you talking about? We're supposed to be married already, Kalani.
How could that be, though? I never went and handed in any marriage papers with you to the courthouse, did I?
Wait, what? Why didn't you hand those papers in after we signed them? I thought you were going to do that for us before we had the wedding today.
You promised me we go and submit them to the courthouse together, Nathan. That was supposed to be yesterday, actually. But guess what you did instead? You bailed on me to go and see Abby. And then she called me later that day to tell me you were with her again and that we'd have to wait to get married. Do you remember that happening?
Were we supposed to go yesterday? Oh, crap! I really did promise you that we'd go and have the paperwork taken care of. I totally forgot about that.
Well, it's too late now because your last-minute cancellation on us today made something inside me finally click. I finally realized that you and I are not meant to be a thing. And honestly, I'm completely fine with things being this way.
What?
Thank you, Nathan, for being a no-show when the wedding was supposed to start today. You really saved me from having to marry a man who wouldn't have treated me the way I should have been treated. I can tell you right now, had we gotten married, it would have only been months before we got a divorce and really had to go through some tough crap.
Wait, what? Divorce? How are we supposed to get divorced if we never even went to the courthouse?
Are you even listening to me now, Nathan? Gosh.
This can't be happening to me. What am I supposed to tell my family about all of this? My boss and all of my colleagues were at the wedding today, too. What am I going to say to all of them about this? Kalani, what am I supposed to do about this?
Hey now, don't you worry about all of that. I already made sure to explain all of this to everyone that was at the wedding today.
What do you mean by explained everything to them? What all did you say happened between you and I?
I just told them the truth. I told everyone here the reason for why you had to leave, and that it was an emergency you couldn't afford to ignore. That you had to go to the hospital and be there with your ex-girlfriend as she gave birth to someone else's baby.
Why would you explain something like that to them? Now you've made it seem like all of this was my fault.
Well, who else's fault would this have been? Did you seriously think you could have spun this whole entire situation to make it seem like I was to blame for it? Ha!
So what you're saying is that this all was my fault. I was only going out to be with and take care of my ex-girlfriend. That's just the kind and caring guy I am, Kalani.
Oh, is that all it was? Well, good for you for being so caring, but you can go ahead and take care of all that kindness you have and give it to her because I'm done with you. Us being engaged is over with, and since we never went to the courthouse anyway, I don't have to do anything else besides cut ties to you, which makes us nothing more than complete strangers now.
What? Kalani, what are you going on about right now? Are you trying to ruin my reputation in my family and at work, all because you became jealous of me being together with my ex today?
No, it's way beyond me being jealous of things like that now. I'm not even interested in you anymore, Nathan, and I've kind of been that way toward you for a while now. Annoyed and disgusted by the way you talk to me and would always be going out with Abby.
Disgusted and annoyed by me? How dare you say that about your own husband?
You are not even my husband, you dumbass. Stop being so delusional and get a dang grip on reality before your fantasies swallow you up. We're not married, and we will never be now thanks to what you've been up to. It's over with, all of it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It
It doesn't really matter if you do understand me or not because I'm out of here. So goodbye. Consider this the last thing I ever wanted to say to you.
But our wedding! Kalani, where have you run off to? I finally made it back to the wedding venue, and there isn't any of our guests or you here, other than my family, of course. I thought what you were saying earlier was all just a joke, but did you really want for this whole entire wedding to be canceled today? My parents are both furious at me now over what happened, and things are only getting worse the longer nothing happens. Can you please just come here and explain everything to them for me?
What else is there to explain to them? I already explained the reason as to why the wedding had to be canceled today, and that you and I never handed in our marriage papers to the courthouse.
But what about the cancellation fees for this wedding? Both my parents are pissed at me because they have to be the ones to pay it all off now. Why should they have to pay for something like the wedding being canceled? You're the one who went and canceled the damn wedding, so you should be getting forced to pay.
But it was your parents who agreed that they'd pay.
That was just them being kind to you. But now I have them both yelling at me to pay up since this wedding getting canceled was all my fault. Why should I have to pay for it?
Are you really that blind or something? You bailed last minute on your wedding with me today, all so you could be with your ex-girlfriend. It's only fair that you have to pay for that so-called luxury of yours.
I wasn't cheating on you or anything like that, though. I was just at the hospital trying to help and support my friend. What's so wrong with me being best friends with my ex anyway?
Funny, because I have proof that you were cheating on me, actually. I've gone and had a look at some of the messages you and her have been sending between yourselves.
No way.
Now, I suggest that you shut up and pay for the wedding's cancellation fees, Nathan. Unless, of course, you want me to get a lawyer involved in all of this, which then would inevitably make your situation far more worse for you in the end.
Well, wait, a lawyer? Why would you want to bring a lawyer into this situation? What are you trying to say I even did that was wrong? All I'd been doing was going over to my ex's place to hang out with her. I promise you that I never touched her or anything besides to feel her belly.
Go ahead and try to saying that as your excuse to your parents then, Nathan. They've already seen the evidence I have on you as well, and will not be excited to see you still since don't want to come forward.
But my parents!
I've had far too much of your bullcrap now, and I can no longer sit here listening to it.
No, wait!
And by the way, I found her husband's contact information, so I'll be letting him know about what all has gone down later as well. I'm sure it's going to break his heart to have to hear that his wife has been cheating on him while she's been pregnant, but it's better to learn this sooner rather than later.
Why would you do something like that, Kalani? Are you actually trying to ruin my life forever?
No, I would never want to ruin your whole entire life. I'm just letting him know in case he ever needs some evidence from me for a divorce from her. Haha. And maybe then you can finally have your ex back and won't have to be with her behind her husband's back.
No, wait, please don't do that!
But isn't this all what you were wanting, Nathan? To be with your ex again? I really hope this finally allows you both to be back together again, so you can both be happy.
Kalani, I'll stop seeing her, and I'll apologize for doing all of this to you. I'm sorry. So please, please don't leave me. I can't take care of myself without you in my life.
I'm sorry, but this is really goodbye this time. I really have had enough of you and your games, Nathan. So with this, I hope I finally set you free so that you can be back with your ex, as you both got together in hell.
So, it was you, wasn't it? You went and tattled on me to my husband about everything that happened. You are the worst woman ever, you. And I mean complete and literal scum.
How about you fix yourself before you start to call another woman scum? I never really did anything useless, as I was just going to him to let him know the truth. Now, I really don't have it in me to bother with you anymore. You had your baby now, so good luck to you and whatever happens between you and your husband next. I'm sure you'll have to say goodbye to him, but at least you'll still have Nathan around to support you, right?
I don't need something like Nathan around me. Do you have any idea how much money my husband is making right now? I would rather have my husband stay with me with all that money of his than some loser who hasn't even figured his own career out yet. You call my husband back right now and tell him that was all a dream you had about me. Tell him you are sorry for making up a lie or something.
I'm not doing that. I never dreamed any of what happened, nor did I lie. Also, I've gone and screenshotted everything you just said about Nathan, and I'm sending this picture to him right now.
What? You're sending those to Nathan?
Consider this and him finally learning the truth about you. Anyway, good luck with whatever kind of hell awaits you next. You may look alright, but considering you are a total bitch, I'm not sure you'll ever have a good life again. But that has nothing to do with me now, does it? And with that, goodbye to you.
Kalani, how have you been doing? Do you think we could maybe get back together now?
Absolutely freaking not, you pile of trash. Now what do you want with me?
I finally realized that I made some major mistakes. After having lost you, I finally figured it all out. I figured out that you're the only person for me.
Well, you opening your eyes to all of that now is way too late. You ended up being used by that woman as her toy, and you ended up thinking that she was really into you, even though that really wasn't the case.
That bitch. The moment her husband tore into her, she tore into me. She blamed me for her marriage to her husband going downhill and crashing, and now I'm having to pay a settlement to her husband. That's screwed up of the both of them, right? I was really just meant to stay with you. I should be married to you now and having the happiest time of my life.
And it wasn't just her that went and destroyed that future you had. You're also to blame for that, and it's time you take responsibility for it. Come on now.
Kalani, please don't get up and leave me like that. I need to have you in my life, Kalani.
But I don't need you in my life anymore. You go ahead and enjoy that life you've created for yourself now. Goodbye forever, Nathan. Have you finally realized just how painful it is to be played like a game? After that, I completely went and cut all ties to Nathan, and even made sure to block his number and everything just in case. According to what his parents had to tell me later, he did end up paying them back after they both went and paid for the entire canceled wedding. And they also said that he seemed genuinely sad about what happened, and wanting to make things right. But what he'd done was too far for them, and they all disowned him not too long after. After that, Nathan was then forced to pay a settlement to the husband of his ex-girlfriend after they had both been together with one another behind his back. At this point, though, there was nothing left in Nathan's savings, and so he had to pay that man using borrowed money, which would mean he had a lot of debt to start paying off. Nathan has since been looked down on a lot by a lot of his friends, as well as by a lot of colleagues from his work, where he was later transferred to a whole new department and given a pay cut. I'm not sure whether that cut will last forever, but considering his boss hates people who cheat, since he had been cheated on himself, there's no way Nathan is getting back into the department he was in before. As for what's happened with Abby, I heard that she got divorced by her husband and that she had to end up moving back to her parents' house. She would also be forced to pay a settlement to her husband, as well as be forced to keep the baby, because the husband didn't have any attachments to it or anything since it was only just born. Nathan and her never did end up marrying one another, but it sure would have been perfect had they went and got married, considering they are both terrible people. I guess once they both realized that the other was bad, they fell out of contact and never even talked to one another again. Not that any of that really means anything to me though now, and I'm just happy that that all led to me not having to marry a cheating man. I've made sure that after that failed wedding to take some time off work so that I can relax for a bit and spend time back with my parents again. I was actually really looking forward to getting married a couple of months ago, but Nathan really changed my views on marriage after all the crap he pulled. I'm not too sure when I'll try dating again with the goal of getting married, but I'll give myself a few years so that I don't end up burning myself out. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.